someone fall slowly to the ground and they realize that it could have easily been prevented by something else? This is exactly what climate change is doing to our environment. What makes this so important is that people don't even know this is happening in their own lives, and it gets worse day by day. It specifically is affecting the animals in the Arctic, and today I'm going to talk to you about the polar bears. Most people don't think about climate change and how it negatively affects them, but the main reasons that I have pulled are from 3 reliable sources that will help. Today I will tell you about how melting ice caps causes polar bears to move, how it causes severe starvation, and also ways that climate change can be fixed before it is too late. As ice caps melt, it will cause polar bears to migrate, and this is a problem. This is a huge problem because polar bears need ice to raise their young. As I read in the article, Polar Bears and Climate Change, mothers need ice to build dens out of to protect their young cubs. And when the warm weather comes in to the Arctic and melts this ice, the safety of their young cubs is exposed. Something else that affects these bears is the disease growing in warmer weather. So as they migrate out of the Arctic and into warmer lands, they have more exposure to different types of diseases and contamination. As these bears move to places they are not used to, they are exposed to different types of things that will affect their body, and their health will rapidly decline. Lastly, migration is harder for these polar bears to find mates. As they move to different places, they all disperse out of the Arctic, and it's harder for them to find mates to actually rebuild the population that is dying off. But they don't have the energy to move to different lands because of their lack of food source, which brings me to my next point of how the melting ice caps affects more severe starvation. These creatures are moving away from any kind of food that they have ever known. The bears would be forced to fast, as it states in the article, Climate Change Condemns Polar Bears' Future. They are usually fed on seals, but as these seals usually live on the edge of the ice melts, and these creatures not being there causes young cubs to starve and eventually die. If there are bears that survive from this food shortage, they will be smaller in size. The average body weight would be much lower, and their health condition would decline much faster. The polar bears would become very weak, and there's nothing that can give them energy because there is no food around. So as they try to go out and hunt for any type of food that may be left, but who knows because the seals are all gone from the ice, their energy will be spilled out from any type of little energy they have left from going out and hunting to try to find any food. These bears won't have any time to go out and hunt because the ice is diminishing by 4% per decade. That leaves barely any ice left in their lifetime. But even though all of these problems are happening, there are solutions that can help. One way that climate change can be fixed before it's too late is to donate to any type of charity that helps fund and is designed for helping polar bears. One of the sources that I have linked is the World Wildlife Fund. They are an organization that helps all animals affected by climate change. You can donate or you can even adopt your own animal. And when you adopt your own animal, you give a small amount each month. And this money goes towards researchers and specific expertise that will help bring polar bears out of the Arctic and put into a more safer environment. Another way that you can help climate change is to recycle or live eco-friendly. Using solar power items, saving the usage of water in your home, or even just recycling in your everyday lives are small but powerful ways that you can help to solve this issue. Finally, the easiest thing that anyone and everyone can do is speak up about this issue and make this cause known to everyone. Do simple research to understand what is causing climate change and how it affects people. The World Wildlife Fund is actually a very good resource to use because you can learn about the condition of polar bears, how they live, how climate change can affect them, and how you can actually go in and save these poor animals. As you have listened to these issues and the solutions that could be done, let me wrap everything up for you. To think about this all together, what can we all learn from researching about climate change? Because of the ice caps melting, the polar bear population is declining from migration and starvation. Ice is melting at a faster rate than the global average and at a faster rate than researchers have actually predicted. And polar bears could become nearly extinct by the end of the decade. But if we can all come together, grab climate change by the nose, and start making things better for our environment, we can all finally save these polar bears. Thank you.